want to start with this because I think this is a big story, an important story. It has to do with race relations and the Confederate flag and NASCAR. So NASCAR has decided to ban all Confederate flags from all events and properties yesterday. It is a substantial move. You know, let's be honest, this sport has some Southern history and at times plagued by racism. But I find it interesting and sad at the same time that a sport has to even ask their fans to not show the Confederate flag. Folks, let's make no mistake about it. The Confederate flag, if you're a proud Confederate flag supporter, you are a racist. It supports slavery. It supports owning black people. Do I have to spell it out for you? And the fact that this sport had to make a statement like that says a lot about the sport and some of the fans within the sport. That's number one. And I can tell you right now, I saw it firsthand. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, just this past year when I was out there, I saw Confederate flags. Now, was everybody doing that? No. I guarantee you I saw at least a dozen Confederate flags with our friend Chris Wynn from the show. They were all over the place. They were there. There's no place for that not only in society, but at a sporting event. It's a joke. Kids see that. Families see that. It sets a horrible example. And it's disgusting. And do we remember this, folks? And don't tell me that racism doesn't exist in NASCAR, because it absolutely does. I mean, it exists everywhere for the most part, but certainly it does in NASCAR. Do we remember NASCAR driver Kyle Larson? This happened just several months ago. Kyle Larson using the N-word publicly while playing a video game. Have a listen to this.
I can see it. You can't hear me? Hey, wow, hey. Kyle, you're talking to everyone, bud. Yeah, we heard that.
Oh, damn, he did not listen to that.
Yikes.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything. Well, too late, buddy. You lost your sponsors. You're done. You'll always be labeled a racist, and anybody who nonchalantly uses the N-word is a racist, and you've got some issues. But guess what? There are some people that are angry at NASCAR. Imagine that. There are some fans and some people that are upset, including NASCAR Truck Series driver Ray Ciccarelli. Never heard of him before. He's got 0 wins in the series. Not a very good driver to begin with. He's claiming that he's quitting over the organization's new Confederate flag ban. That's right. The 50-year-old NASCAR driver joined the Truck Series back in 2017. Here's what he said. Quote, "Well, it's been a fun ride and a dream come true, but if this is the direction NASCAR's headed, we will not participate after the 2020 season." And what direction is that, Ray? The direction of not having racists support your sport? Is that the direction you're talking about? What do you want? A bunch of Klan members showing up? Ray Ciccarelli says, "I don't believe in kneeling during the anthem, nor taking people right to fly whatever flag they love." First of all, the guy has about third-grade grammar. He also said, "All you are doing is effing one group to cater to another." No, they're not. What is this guy talking about? You call that catering to another group? What, you're catering to people that are not racist? I suppose we could make that argument. I mean, this is a joke. There are fans out there, too. I mean, this guy's a disgrace, by the way. This guy is a complete and utter disgrace. And by the way, he's not quitting because of that. He's quitting because he's a crappy driver and he can't win any money. He's not winning any money. He can't buy his Klan outfit tonight because he didn't make enough money on the NASCAR tour. But listen to what some of these ignorant fans are saying. Ignorant NASCAR fans. You want to get rid of the stereotypes that some that are NASCAR fans are racist? You want to get rid of that? Well, listen to this. One fan says, "This is the final straw. I've been watching NASCAR since the 70s. I used to go to races proudly with my pops. All lives matter. Stay out of politics. You lost a fan." And I believe he was going to go on and say something along the lines of, my Klan outfit's in the closet. I'm going to wear that proudly
How
tonight.
do you even watch NASCAR?
Oh, it's horrible.
I mean, it's literally impossible.
Watch cars. You know what the thing
Just
about
watch cars go around in circles. I mean, it looks like micro machines on TV to me.
Tell me if you agree with me or not, because it seems like it doesn't matter which driver wins a race. It's the same speech. "I want to thank my team for building a great car. I got to tell you, we got a great machine here. It was a great car. I want to thank my wife. I want to thank my teammates. I want to thank everybody white that's on my staff." Well, they don't usually say that, but that was a joke. But seriously.
But that's implied.
Yeah, well, of course it's implied. Of course. Listen, I went there to the Las Vegas. I've been going to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for almost a decade now, okay? And I maybe could have counted on my hand how many African Americans were there, both working there and fans that were there. It's the way the sport is. And by the way, you cannot say that about golf anymore. You cannot say that. There are a ton of African Americans, and Tiger Woods is a huge reason for that. You go to a golf tournament, there's a ton of African
I would argue
Americans.
Tiger Woods is the only reason why that is.
There are other,
And what BJ Singh and a couple of, but I mean Tiger Woods was the one, and not just African American, but just young golfers.
But
Tiger Woods got young people interested in golf.
I agree, but I will take it a step further. Golf has done a very good job over the course of the last decade of making it cheaper, making inner city kids, making it available to them, doing free golf clinics. Golf is cheaper now than it was 10 years ago. And I think, yes, Tiger Woods is a big part of that, but I think that's also a part of it. NASCAR is a white sport. I don't care what anybody says. It is a white sport.
So is ice hockey. So is hockey.
I think the problem with ice hockey.
So is ice skating.
I think the problem with ice hockey is that it's extremely expensive.
So are a lot of Winter Olympic sports.
Yes, I think the problem with ice hockey is extremely expensive. But you tell me.
Except bobsled.
You can tell me if you disagree. I haven't seen a Confederate flag at a Vegas Golden Knights game. I've been a hockey fan for 30 years. I've never seen a Confederate flag in an NHL game because I don't think Gary Bettman would stand for that, and it wouldn't take decades and decades for Gary Bettman to say, you know what, we're going to get rid of those flags now.
It says a lot about NASCAR as a sport to be able to, knowing the fact that they are going to probably anger a good amount of their demographic. And it says more about their demographic than it does NASCAR as a sport on a negative side of things. But the Confederate flag existed for the support of the ownership of slavery. They lost that war. In my opinion, any single event in the United States, whether it's high school, collegiate, or professional, if you're going to have a national anthem, the only flag that should be flying during the national anthem should be the one that represents the country as it is today. And that's what the American flag does. The Confederate flag does not represent America as it is today, so I have no problem whatsoever with the Confederate flag being removed from not just NASCAR, but from any sporting event across the country.
Well, I think if you have a Confederate flag, it should be the same law as if you burn an American flag. It should be against the law. It represents racism and hate. And I know we have free speech in this country, but at the same time, you can't burn an American flag. You can't show that type of free speech for the country. You're a racist if you think that it's okay to brandish one of these flags. That's what you are. And now, like I said, there are fans that are angry about this. There are NASCAR fans that are actually angry that NASCAR finally took a step in 2020. Finally took a step and said, you know what? We're going to get rid of the Confederate flags.